I'm so sorry that it's taken me this long to get a video out. I'm so sorry. I've been not in a coma, but I have been in this deep state of nerd rage because every time I tried to play Battlefield, I ended up just having this absolutely massive because little birds are stupidly overpowered. None of the guns are balanced. Like, there's too many glitches. My game crashes all the bloody time. And basically, it's an absolute massive mess that I essentially paid 90 quid for because I got premium as well. So yeah, it's a massive waste of like 90 quid. So for me, it just feels like every time I play it, I'm just being poked in the eyeball by EA. Like they're some sort of petulant little child just being like, "Are you having fun yet? Are you having fun yet? Are you having fun yet?" It's like, no, I'm not having fun yet because you can't make a good game. Watch this. Wait, watch that. Oh no, he's falling off the edge and smack, I get a kill. Beautiful. Alright, yeah, so what I've been doing is I've been playing loads of Planetside 2. Because this game's fantastic. It's got the same sort of sense of epicness and scale with all the vehicle combat and explosions that Battlefield has. Sadly, it's not got destructive environments, but just with the vast, numbers of people involved and the vast armies and armoured columns, it would just be impossible to have destructible vehicles because otherwise you'd just be going around like this. The world would be a crater. Instead of the world being your oyster, it would be your crater. And check this out. I somehow managed to bounce a grenade off that post that was like way to my left. But yeah, there you go. Yeah, and this game's actually not got any audio behind it. It's just me talking, I'm afraid. And I know it feels a little bit weird because you can't actually, it feels a bit weird not being able to hear the guns go off and sort of hear people screaming and stuff. But hear them scream. I love your screams. They're like music to my ears. But yeah, there's no screaming and bullets and stuff because I was on comms the whole time because Planetside is just so team orientated, so squad orientated, and it's very difficult to lone wolf it. Well, not difficult, but it's much more rewarding to go in a squad than it is to lone wolf. So I was constantly on comms, and I've not figured out how to separate my well, I've figured it out, but it's actually really difficult, and I'm really lazy. So I've not separated my comms from my my actual game audio, because I've got to download a program, and then that messes with your actual audio stuff, and then yeah, it's all BS. But I've been really enjoying Planetside, and watch this: C4 out, no C4, press grenade, no grenades, run. Oh, I'm so terrible at games. So bad. But yeah, like my old structure for Battlefield would be yeah, I'd do a round of rush or conquest, and then if it was a good round, then I'd upload it and I'd talk over it. I'd talk about the sort of stuff I was doing, but obviously for Planetside you can't upload a round because you don't have rounds. I was considering doing sort of defences, if I defend an outpost, then I was going to upload from start to finish, but because it's such an open-ended experience, you sort of teleport in, and then there's fucking Vanu Sovereignty, or the Purple Power Rangers as I like to call them, those dickbags in their stupid suits, if they're trotting around, it's not necessarily the start, you're kind of jumping in at the middle. And so I was just going to do like essentially a highlight reel. But you guys, if you have any requests for more structure to them, so you can get a sense of what I'm doing, then let me know, and I can sort of edit it up a bit differently, because obviously, I play the games for fun, but then I edit the games for you guys. I edit my footage for sort of people to watch, and there's no point posting footage that no one wants to bloody watch. But yeah, Planetside 2 has been my go-to game recently. And I've been getting some nice kill streaks. It's been pretty frustrating sometimes, if you're stuck in a Zerg, whether you're in your own Zerg or up against someone else's. It feels a bit weak sometimes, that the balance, you can't really balance against Zerging in this, with this many people, they're bound to congregate, and if there's 200 people with tanks, they're going to kill the 100 people without tanks. I had no right to kill that guy as well. Absolutely no right. Cause he got the jump on me and I'm using a pistol. But some of the animations in this are actually really cool as well. Like the underboss, that gun, the pistol that I had, when you reload it, if you've only fired 3 bullets, then it only sort of splits out half the chamber. I think that's a really nice way to balance the reloading on revolvers. So they've got stuff like that is just really nice that you can't obviously do in Battlefield, because there aren't any revolvers with split I don't know, barrels, chambers. What would they be? I'm British. We don't know about guns. Sorry. But yeah, I've just been cutting together decent kill streaks. I have no idea how that guy didn't see me, but it's been a bit of a task for me, sort of figuring out what it is I want to do, because I still play Battlefield. So for you guys who sort of watch my content for Battlefield stuff, do not fret. It is making a return. I'm not just sort of ignoring Battlefield. I have played it recently and I had an okay game. It was my first game back actually since I uploaded. So it's my first game for about a month, maybe more actually. And I went like 30-10. So not like uploadable by any means, but not terrible. Yeah, so I am still playing Battlefield and I'm still enjoying it, provided no one gets in the little bird, uses the defensive perk, stands on a roof, or one shot kills me. Yeah, I don't really enjoy Battlefield that much anymore. It's just there are so many glitches that have been in it since the start, and they only just fixed the staff shell, which has been in it from the very start, and it's been game breaking. It's made it impossible for anyone in a tank to beat anyone if they're not using the staff shell, because you could just essentially pound 1, 2, 3, 4, like one straight after the other shells into the back of someone else's tank, which is just overpowered as shite. And I think a good way to balance that would be, instead of having the staff shell as like a secondary, why not just have that as your primary? If you're replacing the shell in the tank turret, then that has to be your primary. You only get one sort of main tank turret, so how are you allowed to do that? Just have sort of coaxial, LMG, HMG, and that sort of stuff as your secondary, and then you wouldn't have to have balancing problems like that. And the whole being able to repair a little bird from the inside, that's not going to be patched out ever, because that's technically a feature, which to me just is absurd, because it was stupid in it felt overpowered and stupid in Battlefield 3, and they've kept it. I mean, it felt overpowered in Bad Company 2, when you'd get a squad of guys up in the what was it, the Huey, the Black Hawk or whatever it was. Yeah, the Black Hawk. It was a Black Hawk, wasn't it? You get a squad of guys in the Black Hawk, and they'll all be repairing it, the little repair tools, and then there'd be two guys in the sort of fairly powerful miniguns on the side, and it was just impossible to shoot down. It was really annoying. But yeah, for me, it just Battlefield just needs some serious balancing, and it's got some very deep problems. But this is the first taste of Planetside for you guys. It was just a bit of a highlights reel. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you've not, give me your feedback. Let me know what you want. If you want more Planetside but in a different format, or no Planetside, or I've kind of been thinking about getting Titanfall, but again, because it's new and it's very expensive, I'm kind of skint at the moment. I wasn't sort of 100% on it, but just whatever. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment with your feedback. If you liked, like it. If you loved it, sub. Latest, Taters.